Okay, so we can talk now?
Alright.
Shit.
can't believe how much I hate pressures of a new place roll my way. Jumpsuit, cover me. Jumpsuit, cover me. I crumble underneath the weight. Ashes of a new place roll my way. Jumpsuit, cover me. Jumpsuit, cover me. I'll be right there, but you'll have to grab my throat and lift me in the air. If you need anyone, I'll stop my plans, but you'll have to tie me down and then break off my hands. If you need anyone, if you need anyone, if you need anyone. Birds in my room, friend or foe, felt it in my youth, feel it when I'm old. Jumpsuit, dusting off my. I crumble underneath the weight. Ashes of a new place roll my way. Jumpsuit, cover me. Jumpsuit, cover me.
First things first, I'ma say all the words inside my head. I'm fired up and tired of the way that things have been. Oh, ooh, the way that things have been. Oh, ooh. Second thing, second, don't you tell me what you think that I can be. I'm the one at the sail, I'm the master of my sea. Oh, ooh, the master of my sea. Oh, ooh. I was broken from a young age, taking my soul into the masses, writing my poems for the few that look at me, took at me, shook at me, feeling me, singing from heartache, from the pain, taking my message from the veins, speaking my lesson from the brain, seeing the beauty through the pain. Let the bullets fly, let them rain. My love, my time, it came from. You made me a believer, believer. To the ones up above, all the hate that you've heard has turned your spirit to a dove. Oh, ooh, your spirit up above. Oh, ooh. I was choking in the crowd, building my rain up in the cloud, falling like ashes to the ground, hoping my feelings they would drown, but they never did. Ever lived, ebbing and flowing, inhibited, limited, till it broke up when it rained down. It rained down like. shut the blood in my veins. Oh, ooh, the blood in my veins. Oh, ooh. But they never did, flowing, inhibited, limited, till it broke open and rained down. It rained down like. You burn me up, believer, believer. Let the bullets fly or let them rain. My life, my love, my drive, it came from. You burn me up, believer, believer. This is you ending fire, and we shall all burn together. Watch the flames climb high into the night, calling out, Father, oh, stand by and we will watch the flames burn over and on the mountainside. And if we should die tonight, we should all die together. Raise a glass of wine for the last time. Holding out, Father, oh, prepare as we will watch the flames burn over and on the mountainside. Desolation comes upon the sky. Now I see fire inside the mountain.
All right, hey everybody, I am Gate, the coordinator of ONG League, and I am hosting today with a cowster of Killer. So we're just getting started today. The match today is Golden Gaytime versus Noobwranglers. This should be a very interesting matchup. The captain for each team is Madge for a Noobwrangler.
And on Golden Gaytime, we have Werewolf and Bradsey. There's a pretty big SR gap, I believe, here in this match, which will be interesting to see how it comes out. And yeah, we also have the fact that Golden Gaytime is a team coming from many countries versus Noobwranglers, I think, are primarily one. So we'll be looking at the teams here pretty shortly, I'd imagine. So that, yeah, we'll just wait for them to come up and we'll talk about them. So team one, we have, well, Golden Gaytime, and I believe Golden Gaytime has a team of Bradsey, GSAM, Werewolf, Gugs, DJ, and Country. Here it shows 2 Zen players, but I believe Bradsey was going to flex to the Zen because DJ was not originally playing until somebody pulled out last minute. So I'd imagine that Bradsey will be going to the DPS slot alongside Werewolf. So if I had to guess, I'd probably say that DPS is Bradsey and Werewolf, healer is GSAM and DJ, with the tanks of Gugs and Country.
And on the side of Noobwrangler, we have Bradzi. Wait, we just talked about that team, didn't we?
No, we just talked about Golden Gaytime.
Oh, I'm
Noob
sorry.
Wranglers is
On the team of I am reading off Golden Gaytime. I just realized. I apologize, guys. On the team of Noobwrangler, you have Jacob on the Winston. We have Manny on Genji. We have Trevor on Tracer, and Texpug on Diva, Walshy, Mercy, Megan, Lucio, and Major Zarya.
so that's pretty. It looks very interesting because it potentially is not the comp that they're going to be running. But if you're running a comp based off of the heroes that they have mostly dive with Azaya. So, but yeah. So if we could look at the maps today, it's gonna be the week 1 maps again because this is a late match of week 1. Although we have had a week 2 match happen so far. The week 1 maps are Watchpoint Gibraltar, Nepal, Volskaya, Kings Row, and if we need it, a tiebreaker of Ilios. So, yeah, what are your opinions on that, Dugade?
I think that the late match will prove interesting since we have seen a week 2 match be played already. Though it was a short match with only 3 maps. Everybody now knows the map pool, knows what type of strategies each team might be playing. But for Golden Gaytime and Noobwranglers, they might have a upper edge because they'll be seeing all of week 2 beforehand, and they have seen all of week 1 as well. So they'll be able to take the strategies they've seen from week 2 and from week 1 and put them into this match to see if they can come out with something better than what they originally would have if they had done it at a regular time.
Yeah, it is very interesting because they've seen a lot of different strategies. On the Watchpoint, they've seen stuff like from Club Retropicans, they had the symmetric teleporter that they could think of. They've seen people just have full holds. They've seen people have it pushed all the way to the end. They've seen bash, and they've seen a lot of different strategies, for example. So, yeah, they could use them to their advantage, or they could use them to predict what Golden Gaytime will run. What are your thoughts on Nepal, though? So, there's
On
not
Nepal,
really been that many different. It's more just been. I'm not 100% of all the comps on Nepal. I know that there's been stuff like Brawly comps. I'm assuming there's been stuff like dive comps too.
I think we may see a majority of dive from the team from Noobwranglers due to their each player's main. So if they can run a strong dive, they'll be able to run over Golden Gaytime. But if Golden Gaytime can get that first pick, they will be able to knock out Noobwrangler systematically.
Yeah. Well, that'll be interesting because if one team gets the momentum by winning both map 1 and 2, I feel it'll be very hard for the team losing that will to take Volskaya because Volskaya's, in my opinion, momentum based kind of, seeing as it's a very hard to take point B and you need a really clean team fight win. And when you're on tilt, if you lost the first 2 maps, it'll be quite hard for them to take both points. So yeah.
One of the things about playing in the Overwatch Majors Gamers League is since it's a series of maps, it is all about mentality throughout each match. If you take the first map and then take the second map, you're going to be in a winning mentality and there'll be less of a chance of a reverse sweep because the other team would have been frustrated and tilted because their strategies have not played out correctly, and they'll see that you've been countering each one with the correct heroes. So if you are not in the right mindset, you will lose. But if you are, you will have a better chance of winning and better chance of taking the day as a 4-0.
Yeah. And I'm speaking for probably everybody here. we want to see a fifth map today. There hasn't been a single tiebreaker in week 1. We'd love to see Elios. Most likely there's going to be some Lucio play there, which hasn't been as abundant as it used to be, and it's always nice seeing a Lucio because of different sorry, I forgot the word, because of different team compositions. Because with a Lucio you could potentially run triple tank with Lucio or Ana. So yeah.
We're currently just waiting on 2 more players on the side, Noobwranglers, to queue into the game. That way we can start. So we'll be just waiting just a few more moments. We're sorry about the wait.
I believe they actually have 5 here, and 1 has gone missing, and they are trying to either contact that player or get a substitute. So if they get a substitute, we will get back to you on what they play and what role. So, yeah.
So we're just gonna cut back to some music and the tournament page. So we'll be back in just a few moments.
Surely I'll do the same. Confined in mountain holes, we got too close to the flame. Calling out, Father, oh, hold fast and we will watch the flames burn over and on the mountainside. Desolation comes upon the sky. Now I see fire inside the mountain. I see fire burning the trees. I see fire hollow and soul. I see fire blood in the breeze. And I hope that you remember me.
guys, and we are back. We are just getting ready to start the first match of the series here on Watchpoint Gibraltar. We're just waiting for everybody to start and get ready for the defense and for their first push. And the
Okay.
team.
So far, it looks like there is a double sniper dive comp coming out from the side of Golden Gaytime, which is interesting, seeing as they're on the defense. So they can't really change from it if it's not working, because most likely they will set up their defense behind the bridge, and if they set up their defense behind the bridge, they pretty much only have one team fight lost. So if they lose that team fight, that is a point gone. And it looks like it's pretty much a mirror comp from of Noobwranglers, but instead of the Hanzo, they're opting for the Genji. So, yeah. What are your thoughts on this, Dude?
I think it's going to be interesting. Whoever gets the first pick on a healer will win the team fight. If they can get it on, if the attacking team can go ahead and get it on the defending team, which at the position it looks like they will start holding, will be an interesting pick. It will have. I think the first pick is going to happen from their. It will have to happen from their Widow for the attack to succeed.
Yeah, and there's also going to be, if the Widow is getting beaten in the Widow 1v1, it's going to be on the Genji, most likely to go behind and deal with that Widow if Werewolf is managing to. So, simple dive onto the bridge, mini fight in the. Yeah, got some shots coming out from Werewolf. Winston dives onto the Zenyatta. Zenyatta's low. Two picks coming out from the side of Noobwranglers. Zenyatta and Widow dropping.
Both
Golden Gaytime has pretty much lost the fight. Kill coming out from Gugs, but I don't think it'll be enough. Another kill from Gugs. He's trying to carry the team on his back, but I think it's not enough. I think it's too little, too late. There's a D-Mech on country as she's coming out. Stagnant coming. Yeah, it's just been a complete stomp right there for the side of Noobwranglers. So a group up has come in from Golden Gaytime. They are having time to reach. Just dived onto Widow, getting first pick. Zenyatta and Widow have both shots. Blake coming in from the side of Noobwranglers, kills the Mercy, comes back, kills the Hanzo. That's a 3 kill in that fight, I believe, for the Genji. So yeah. So far, it's looking like some dominance coming out from the side of Noobwranglers.
But that's a big. Big pick.
That's a big pick on the side of Golden Gaytime. At the moment, it looks like the issues will be them having to deal with the Genji. We'll have to see if Golden Gaytime can respond and deal with that. A pick coming out from Trevstack and Hanzo main. So pretty much now it is a fight in the favor of Noobwranglers. They had a pick at the start of the fight, killing the Mercy, which could have been something really good, but they ended up losing it.
The problem seems to be they are kind of ignoring the payload to get picks, which that might come into trouble right now as the Winston ults, but he is ulting on his own, so this will probably have no effect on the payload whatsoever.
Okay. Yeah. Pretty much, it looks like they're not even giving him a chance to contest here, so, yeah. This is just straight up rolling by the side of Noobwranglers. They're really gonna need a. I think at this point, Golden Gaytime need to switch off the double snipers. It's not working. The Genji dive and Winston is just really destroying them.
If they could get off that double sniper and switch to more of a straight damage comp, such as having a soldier or a Pharah to lay hits down on the tungsten.
And then from Blake coming in here from the Genji. He's gotten 2 in this fight so far. Hunter made a 3k blade. That's now 4. This fight is already over. It was pretty much over before it started. He is literally playing insane this game. That for the success of Golden Gaytime, they're gonna need to shut him down. They've finally switched off the Hanzo, but I think it's come a bit too late. Oh wait, they managed to get onto the cart. They are using all their ults. Valkyrie coming out. shot out of the sky. They stopped from the back by Travis Stacks. That was a shit show for Golden Gaytime.
Now, if they had switched up double snipers, there would have been more of a chance on the part of Noobwrangler, but going. I think I just
Golden
reversed the
Gaytime.
teams. Yeah.
Yes, you did. So yeah, it's pretty much gonna be they're going with the double snipers again, but they're reversing who is playing what. I don't think this will work. It has not worked for them. Something interesting though. There is a Ana on the defense side. What do you think of this pick?
The Ana could be a very strong pick for the side of defense because if she can pull off a sleep or a nice nano grenade, they could make it to where none of the team pushing has any possibility of heals for several seconds, which will make the team damage go up immensely, and they will get picks quicker and faster than before.
Yeah. At the moment, there's a very big issue with the DPS on the side of Noobwranglers has been too strong, and they're just eliminating the double snipers because they aren't really they haven't been able to do anything against the Genji, and they need to switch it up. This isn't working for them, and I don't see why they're fanning for it again. They're also looking out the window, so they know that there is a Mercy, they know that there's a D.Va, and they know that there is a Genji.
They're currently dancing in front of the wheel, for those of you that can't see it, so they are just waiting for their push.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Okay, and the star is coming here. I'm assuming a jump onto the bridge. Oh my gods. Yeah, jump onto the bridge. Winston v Winston. But there's help coming in from the side of Noobwranglers. Country Cutie knocks one off the bridge. Brighty with a big pick onto the Widowmaker, and that looks like it's in an unresable position, so this is a 5v6 fight for Noobwranglers. They need to stay in the line of sight of Madge, who is in the back. He's their only healer now, seeing as the Mercy dropped. So, this looks like it's going to be a reset to the side of Noobwranglers. They've lost a healer and Widowmaker, but yeah. So the Widowmaker's back. Mercy has just respawned. They are probably going to try and play defensive until the Mercy is back. The dive up onto the top. Both DJ and Bradsy are killed by Tuxbang. And yeah, Gug's still fighting. Gug's with the Primal Rage fighting. I do not know why he used his ult in that fight. Everybody except for himself and Country Cutie have died. Gug kills Madge and Phenom, but I think it's just too late. He keeps on getting key picks, but he's doing it after his team has already died.
If they can push on before their healers get back, they have a chance to take points. But it doesn't
Bradley gets a pick onto Trev Stacks, so yet again he is picked, and this could be a good push for the side of Golden Gaytime.
The Mercy and Ana are back for the defenders.
But they are still down the Widowmaker. The Widowmaker is now back. The Nano Blade coming out from the side of Noobwranglers. Bradley drops to Jacob. Jacob gets DJs too. This is insane. Nothing comes out from the Nano. Actually, I take that back. He gets Werewolf, and then he gets a dash reset kill onto GSAM. This Gugs is in there yet again. He is the last one standing. Country Cutie has been demacked. She is getting staggered. No, she gets healed and she gets out, but she does not have her mech. So this next fight, she's going to have to be trying to get back her mech, or she has to sacrifice her ult charge to switch and spawn to get her back. Looks like she's opting to try and build her back up in this fight. Trev Sachs with a kill into X-Bradzy. This is not looking good for them. He gets res, but that uses up their res. They will not be able to res in the fight now. Just some poke back and forth. Madge picking off Bradzy. They no longer have res. This is a 5v6 fight. Trev Stacks almost drops, but manages to live. Country finally got a mech back. But yeah, there is 5 ults coming out from the side of Golden Gaytime. They could potentially have something really big in this fight. They do not have Valkyrie though, so that could be bad, seeing as But okay, Dragon's coming, gets the Genji on the side of Noobwranglers, but he gets res, so it's back to a 6v6. Primal Rage coming out from Jacob. Genji kills Hanzo. Double trade on the self-destructs. Transcendence is back. Oh god, it's going fast. Widow takes out Anna, and then Noobwranglers kills Gaytime's Widow. Noobwranglers came out ahead of that fight.
No one can hide from
10
us.
seconds.
We do not have time to waste. Attack now.
Helden sterben nicht.
Now they're coming onto the Genji. Genji's doing a lot of damage. There's a battle up top of the snipers. So Jacob took down DJ while Werewolf took down Trev Stacks. There is the Diva dropping to the blade on the side of Noobwranglers. Res coming into the Widow. This is pretty much over for Gaytime at this point. They need a miracle to happen. It's just the Mercy. Clear them off the point, and there goes map 1.
Map 1 has been won on the side of Noobwranglers. They came away from that with a 3-0 victory with plenty of time to spare. We watch this play of the game. It's going to be a blade on the side of Noobwranglers.
It's just amazing. Yeah. What do you reckon the weak and strong points are for Golden Gaytime? Because they didn't do too well, but they didn't end up doing.
Golden
They had some
Gaytime.
goal spots.
Golden Gaytime. I think their problem really is the fact that they are not switching off that double sniper. I feel like it's if they needed more damage to be going out onto their healers and tanks. They were trying to go for the cheeky pick, but the cheeky pick just wasn't working that time. They needed brute force damage to be able to come through and take the map, which, as we saw, they weren't able to.
Sorry to cut off, but there is a sub coming back in for Noobwranglers. At the start, Noobwranglers had Phenom in over Megan. Megan was running a bit late, so she got subbed out. So Phenom came in to play the Mercy. Phenom did a pretty good job, but they are subbing back in Megan. What are your thoughts?
It'll be an interesting switch. I think their heals were steady throughout the game, but I still have to say the issue was the double sniper. They just weren't putting up enough damage onto the team of Golden Gaytime.
Okay. So, back to the gold spots on Golden Gaytime, no pun intended. Something I'm going to throw out is I feel Guggs is doing very well, but he's doing it a bit too late. He keeps on...
Keep going, yes.
He keeps on getting picks, but he gets them a bit too late. And never mind, I just got told Megan is not subbing in. So I'm guessing Phenom is going to come back. This is... she'll be back for the... Okay, so Megan should be subbed in for the third game, probably. So, scratch the Megan conversation. And now, because we've talked about it for Golden Gaytime, what do you reckon the bad things are for Noobwranglers? Because it's obvious they're good stuff. What do you think their bad stuff is?
The bad stuff is, to me, it feels like when the Genji is kind of carrying the team on his back. Partially because he keeps coming in out almost in it to every fight with a 3K blade. If Golden Gaytime can eliminate that Genji, it should be an easier clean for them. But the Genji is doing so much reflective damage and so much damage as a whole, they will not be able to get past them. So really, they need to focus on taking care of the Genji. If they don't, the next map will go about the same way as the map of Watchpoint Gibraltar.
Okay. So, yeah. Map 2. is Nepal. We have just gotten confirmation that we are ready to go from the captains, so we'll be starting there. Like you said at the start, you reckon Noobwranglers will run dive comp. What do you reckon Gaytime will run? Because on control, you can't really run double sniper.
If they try to run double snipers, they will face another crushing defeat. But we are now seeing the lineups coming on out on both sides.
What?
What?
How did he die? How did he die as Torbjorn? You can't kill you. What? You can kill yourself as like Farah and stuff. How did he kill himself as Torbjorn?
That would be a mystery we do not solve. It looks as if right now they are.
Yeah. So far, it looks like it's Sanctum, and they're coming in with the boot comp. And
Well,
something else, they look like they are running triple tank on the side of Golden Gaytime by the looks. Madge has now swapped from the healer role to the DPS role, while Hunter Main has switched from the DPS role to the tank role, and Tuxpeng is staying on the tank role, so they are running single support triple tank. Trevstax is running the Torbjorn by the looks, but he's probably switching. Yes. What do you reckon about the Farah coming in from the side of Golden Gaytime?
The Farah could be a very strong pick. If the Farah can get a boop off of one of the tanks, the fight will be able to be won very quickly. A direct rocket from a Farah does 120 damage, so if they can just land those direct rockets, it will be a win. And that is a pick on the side.
When damage boosted, I believe they do 160 as well, and it looks like they're having a mercy with Farah some of the time, so Gaytime is set up on point, and it's going to be very hard for Noobwranglers pushing. Never mind, they got a pick onto DJ. He keeps on getting picked. They need to try and defend him better. They were able to get the res off, but in that time, there was no healing for Bugs. He gets picked off. Madge picks off Bridesy. Jake gets sand. It looks like fight's over. The only plus side to come out of that is Gaytime getting a bit of ult percentage, although the other team got some too, and a tiny bit of ult percentage. That was just horrible.
They got the first pick with the Farah onto the Roadhog, but and they didn't really capitalize on the rest of the team while their flanks were exposed. They don't really have any flank characters other than the Farah, so I know there wasn't much they could have done with it. But the D.Va could have at least dived onto the team and drove them away for just a second, and then whilst going right back to point.
At the moment, they straight up let a Genji come in around what I think it was 5 of them and kill the Zen and get out alive. They couldn't keep the Zen alive, and they let him live. That cannot be done. He gets the blade off. He gets Bradzy. The dragon comes out. That's another 3k from Genji. But, although it's a different Genji this time, but yeah. And Madge gets 2. Country gets staggered. This is just a shit show.
They are really letting the DPS go through and run through their healers and tanks before the DPS can react. They might want to try to switch off the Farah. I doubt the Farahs may work. If they could get a...
yeah, they're probably just staying on it for this fight, because with the Farah ultimate coming up and the Hog ultimate coming up, they will have 4 ults. This fight they've just led with Valkyrie and...
they don't have the shields,
and that's a 2k coming from Tuxpeng. The ult comes out from Rudzy when 3 of his team is dead, and he gets insta-kill. And then Jason gets suicide, so he doesn't get staggered. Another team kill coming out, and they have kept the Farah. They are trying to push into Sanctum with a Farah. And they've kept the triple tank. I feel Golden Gaytime is just not willing to switch.
It feels like they will switch after they pick a composition for the map. Let's hope they switch it up for this next map, because if they don't, I feel like if they...
Yeah, okay, Werewolf coming in from the side with the he's going to go for the boots. Fortify used. Werewolf survived that, and Bradley going, getting 2 picks. Dragon's coming in from the side, Major, getting DJ. Again, DJ gets picked. Red's coming out onto Jacob. The, Supercharge came out once again. Werewolf is gonna come, but I don't know how long he'll live for. It's just Werewolf. He's dead. Actually, Country Cutie is back. Gets the supercharger with her self-destruct, and she is dead. Yeah, I don't think anybody can make it back, and there it goes. The fire ended up doing some work in the final fight, but I don't know. I don't know if the triple tank necessarily was working for them.
The triple tank certainly was not working for them. They weren't able to get up to 50% on the clock. So let's hope they switch off this composition of triple tank. They really need to switch something up.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if they keep it because Gogs is going Reinhardt, yet Werewolf hasn't swapped. And a weird composition coming in from the side of Noobwranglers. Never mind. They had now they have swapped Madge back to support. Hans remains on the tank and Jacob is on the DPS. They have switched those two up. I wonder if Jacob may be a forest specialist. They're running the Winston into the triple tank. Werewolf just switched. He is not with his team. This fight is a 5v6 currently. Tristax gets DJ. Again, he is not being protected by his team. Werewolf gets a pick onto the Genji. That is good. They can still fight this. The Rez coming in onto DJ. Braggsy gets picked though while he did not have healing. Oh, and the fight's gone in the favor of Noobwranglers.
Noobwranglers once again with the block going on. They're pushing up, trying to make the most of the team fight that they could. They've gotten the picks that they want, and now they will fall back while Team Noobwranglers, Team Noobwranglers,
yeah. So, Madge on fire, he's getting close to his transcendence. While if you look at it, DJ only on 30%. He is a one hit right now. Gogs in alone. Braggsy gets picked off. Jacob goes in behind, gets a 2 with a barrage. Werewolf picks off the Winston, but it won't be enough. Gogs getting another late kill on his way out with the charge. Wait, he charged a Pharah.
Pharah touched her down. That's a dangerous place for Pharah, especially when there's Reinhardt.
I am looking at something really quick. I don't know if Country Cutie should stay on the Zarya. She has only gotten 32% in about a minute and a half. Like, that's... You usually pick Zarya for her ultimate more than the team comp, and when you're not getting your ultimate quick enough, that's an issue. Genji coming in, getting another kill on DJ. 4K from Trevstax.
And that is it on that push. Once again, cut short and sweet by the Genji's blade.
Yeah.
Gogs is getting ready for a push, but he is using his shield on this as he is not around him. Hopefully he'll make an attempt to keep DJ and
triple kill clear from push thing. Both supports and the DPS going down. There should be no way that they can win this fight. Tuxbane getting another kill onto Country Cutie. Jacob finishing Gogs. It's just Braggsy. He can't touch the point. There, Nepal goes to Noobwranglers. Gaytime just not being able to protect their Zen or deal with the Genji. Play the game coming out from Madge here. He's got a lot of damage there with his dragon, I'm guessing, is how he got that. Yet again, the card coming out from Gogs, the only shine of light from the side of Gaytime.
I can't even finish a sentence without the team falling apart.
Yeah.
This is not a good look for their first match.
We could swap to any West. Currently, there's a request coming out to switch these servers to NA West, so we're currently doing that. And the sub has now come in for the side of Noobwranglers. So
We're gonna be back after a short.
we'll have a quick intermission. We'll send it back to music. As never mind, then I've been told.
These players cannot seem to make up their minds about servers sometimes. It's just a little
Yeah, currently
interesting.
2-0 to Noobwranglers.
All right, so we are getting ready for our next map of Volskaya Industries.
Okay, we are not swapping, so it's now going to Volskaya. At this point, Gaytime needs to pull something out of their hat. They're probably tilted based off of, like, I'm not meaning that in a bad way, but a lot of the time when a team's getting demolished, they tend to start playing worse and worse. And
Like I said in the before the match started, you have to keep the correct mindset. You have to keep a winning mindset if you want to win. If you are getting tilted, feel like you're going to lose, there is no way to come back. But if you feel like you can win and you believe that you can win, you can come through and get that W.
at this point, they're gonna. We've just got to hope that Gaytime has a good strategy if they're going to win this. They've now swapped Country over to the Mercy while switching GSAM over to the Zarya. This could be better seeing as Country did not get that much ult charge last time in a set time. They're keeping the Hanzo yet again on the side of Gaytime.
I really hope they did not run that double sniper.
They're running
the double sniper.
And they're keeping DJ on the Zen. Zen's not necessarily a bad pick, but the side TP coming out from Noobwranglers by the looks. They should. I reckon that there will be somebody watching it on the side of Gaytime. I reckon there will be somebody watching the flank, seeing as I know my team has already done it in the tournament, so it may have opened the eyes to other teams that it could happen. So hopefully they check it. But back to what I was saying. DJ's on Zen. Zen's not necessarily a bad hero, but I would personally swap him to Lucio because he's getting counted very easily. And Lucio has more longevity because he can keep himself alive. He can go away with his speed boost. He can wall climb. He can self-heal and such.
Let's hope the double sniper can get the picks that they need to win the fight. But if they don't, this fight's just going to be a wash.
Yeah, it looks like they're keeping the Bastion. They're about to do the flank. Speeder is coming in from Maj. What? They're on the side. Are they going to set up the TP?
Yes, they're setting up the TP.
TP is set up. They're going to do the TP. This is happening. He doesn't have his interact, he said! The most important piece didn't have his interact, he said! This happened in the other game that it happened, but it was a Zenyatta that got trapped behind, not the Bastion. Bastion's the most important part. They have now wasted 30 seconds having to wait for that new teleporter, and that's probably told Gaytime what's happening. They're giving them time to prepare for what's happening. They're waiting for Shield to recharge, I'd imagine, and he's out. It's here, it's happening. Bastion gets 1, gets 2, gets 3. The rest coming out, gets 1, Sim gets killed. It's just total domination. Noobwranglers. Gaytime needs to do something now. Yet again, Gods, the shining light. He has got 75 to his shatter. He's beating the other team. Are they going up onto the rotating platforms?
If they run rotating platforms,
This could be called a meme, but also could be not. Like, this is viable.
this is a viable
Yeah.
strat.
Oh, and Stim's here with a teleporter. She might try and teleport the Bastion over someone. Sadly, they're clueless. Okay, they're getting up. They've set up on point. They've set up on point. Gods gets 1. Gets Therma down!
Shadow,
Both
that's two.
supports! Gugs, gotten 3, although 1 has been rest. He's getting him again! Gugs, the shining light! He's keeping Gaytime alive. He has 1 HP though. Gugs gets another!
And that.
Gugs finally drops! And I think this is it. Oh no, G-Sam gets back 2 contests. It's a 2v1. G-Sam's not even on point. G-Sam's died. DJ will get back in time. Werewolf is here. They're going to try and get as many on point as they can, but the Passion is back. Even if they can get on point, it was over. Yet again, Gugs cannot do well enough. He's doing his best, but...
Give credit to the Reinhardt where the credit is due, and the credit is certainly due in the case of Gugs. He is putting his heart out, trying to hold the point, holding the point, getting a 4K with a res on him. And it's the team kills can still not pull.
He actually got a 5K, but then 1 person got res, but he killed the person who got resed.
Poor Gugs.
They are trying the GOATS competition, it looks like. The triple tank, triple support. While on the defensive side, it's triple support with a Tracer. So that's interesting. What are your thoughts on that, do guide?
If they can run the GOATS composition well and get them amount of damage out that they need, they will be able to take the point. And this will be the first point they would have seen through the entire series, which will be credit to them. And if they can keep that momentum rolling and get the second point, we shall see this map once again, which I really hope we do, because this looks like it's going to be an interesting map for teams.
Yeah, straight up, they are finally, something on the plus side, they have switched DJ off of the Zen. He will not get picked as easier. He has Moira, he can fade away, he can self-heal, he has his attack self-heals. They also have the Bridget there, which can deal with the Tracer. It looks just a lot more positive for the side of Gaytime with this competition. Jacob setting up near spawn, getting a fire strike. He already got 22 to his ult. That's just really nice for him. He is now at 6. Jacob, 79% to his ult. 95. He's already ulted. He's got a 4-man ult at the start of the fight. What the fuck? Sorry about the swearing.
Keep it together. Keep it together, killer.
That's just insane. Jacob already 45% of his next ult.
That was dirty, but as you can see, Gugs also has his own. Can make something happen with that.
And G-Sam 20% to his ult, and DJ also 30 to his. They should get more ult sub during this fight. But Gaytime, they're just Wranglers are just playing amazing. Country Suicide just get a mech back, although I feel it's a bit late. She should have done that a bit earlier.
Gugs is on point. He's swinging his hammer around as hard as he can.
Looking for a shatter. Gugs
looking for the shatter. He's waiting for the shield to go down.
Pulse bomb comes in, gets nothing.
Swinging his hammer on the wall.
Yes.
I feel that way.
Gugs gets 1 in his shatter.
And that's a big one on the side of Jacob.
Shatter coming back
Or
from
Judge
Jacob.
cannot contest that. Country Cutie gets out mech.
He's nanoed everything. Country Cutie going down. Almost. And she's dead. DJ and G-Sam, the only survivors, probably gonna get staggered and killed. Yep. Just G-Sam now, and he's dead. There is a bright side. Bradsy, 73% to his ult, so they don't really have anything to combo with that, but they can just use they can just swing in there. Although Rally coming up from the side of Noobwranglers with Tuxbang getting his Graviton and the Valkyrie from Cat. There's not much that can happen. I think this next fight is going Noobwranglers, but then after that, it should be in Gaytime's favor. Okay, outcoming here, they is speed boosted in. The anti-nade, the shatter, the grab, everything used. All that there is for next fight, Graviton versus Valkyrie. One or the other. it's coming down to this. There's still a couple more fights for the side of Gaytime, but they won't be able to build up any big ults like Graviton. This is pretty much the last hope for Gaytime.
Keep in mind, they still have a minute and 15 seconds in. If they can make this push quick, if they all die during the push and make it quick, well, that is 2 picks on Jacob and on Hanzo, man. If they can capitalize on this, they will be able to take points.
Post bomb coming in, gets nobody.
Tuxpeg is also
goes down. DJ being harassed by Trevstax, but he's managing to keep himself alive. The Nano Mercy coming in! Match goes down. Self-destruct on point, I'm questioning. Mercy goes down. Trace is behind, used recall on point contesting, and about to drop. Has dropped. There has been a point capped on the side of Gaytime.
I personally am very glad to see this point to be taken by Gaytime.
It's more Overwatch. It's great. Junkrat coming in from the side of Noobwrangler is getting some initial spam.
I question that pick because of the Zarya. If the Junkrat charges the Zarya enough, it's not gonna be good.
Dogs gets another kill onto the Mercy.
Guggs is pinned. Guggs is out of the fight. He uses his shadow.
Dogs is down. Buds is down.
Jacob uses Zarya. I'm sorry about that. I saw it the wrong way.
Everything. No ults either team. This next fight will just be a vanilla fight, although midway through people will get ults, such like Trevstax, Major, and possibly Tuxpeng from the side of Noobwranglers, while I possibly Guds and GSM from the side of Gaytime. Tracer now has her ult on the side of Noobwranglers.
Match will have his ultimate during this next fight. If he can ult one person, it fight will go in their direction. Tuxpeg uses his ult.
Grav comes out from Tuxpeng. Bomb comes out from Trevstax. Everybody's dead except for Country and Guggs. Guggs drops. Country got a kill though. Country's about to get staggered. Country demat. It's not
As
good
they
for
chase her down, and she's dead.
Okay. Raleigh coming out from the side of Gaytime. They're going to use their old side. Ty coming out from the side of Noobwranglers. Gets 3! It's huge!
And push
About
is
to take out
over
Guggs.
once
Guggs
again.
inside, gets out. Country and Bradsy staying in, thinking they can get back, not be staggered. And they do. They got back. Bradsy 73 to his Graviton again. There's also 3 ults on the side of Gaytime. 2 close to 4 on the side of Noobwranglers. So this is pretty equal in ults. But yeah. Guggs gets 1.
Gets 1 in a big shot around the side of
Trapped.
Jacob.
He got trapped. Guggs getting to
There's
touch
actually, there might be
Country got a kill.
They
got a
had
tick.
1 tick. They might
Gaytime gets 1 tick. The Nano going onto the Junkrat. Bomb going into the air. Another tire. Tire goes out.
Targets
Gets
no one.
nothing.
Will they be able
Guggs
to
steps in the back. There's another Graviton coming out. Both sides Graviton. I question why Gaytime did. They had most of their team was dead. Guggs gets a final charge. They are out. Hopefully this next fight. At this point, I do not believe that Gaytime. I don't believe it's possible for them to capture it without 0 time, because I believe there will be people staggering onto point for the side of Noobwranglers, and if that is so, that means this series has been won by Noobwranglers.
But we will still play a 4th match tonight.
Trevstax on the Doomfist. Another tire coming out from Hanzo main. Will he use it? He has used his tire. He's getting so many tires, like Hunterman. Oh no! Oh, that's
And 3 again.
practically a 4. It's practically a 4, man. Oh,
And goes just suicides.
this is pretty much over. I don't think they'll be able to get anybody to touch the point in time. And no matter what, the set has been one to Noobwranglers. Congratulations. We will still be playing 4th map for differential. They are speed boosting and they are trying to make the point, but they will not. 3-0 so far. Noobwranglers. Can Gaytime get the 3-1 instead of the 4-0?
If they can get the 3-1, that will be in their favor, and the points overall, that will fare for them better throughout the entire league.
Player game coming out from Hanzo, man. It's probably the flank at the start. It was pretty insane. It is. He just gets his 4 or 5k.
Even with being late on this, he's able to get
some amazing tracking. DJ gets a card. He switches off that Zen. He doesn't die, and he's showing up. I believe he stayed on the Zen Yada for too long. He just kept on getting picked. Also, Tug's playing with that 68% kill participation is huge. Okay, now we are going on to the final map, Kings Road. Do you reckon anything will change, or do you reckon it will be the same outcome?
I really hope Noobwranglers can pull off this last map, because if they can pull off this last map, that will fare for them better in the league overall.
Do you mean Gaytime?
Gaytime. I'm sorry about that, guys. Gaytime.
Just based off the way you were saying it. But yeah. Do you reckon Golden Gaytimes look better or worse in any way?
Golden Gaytime, they did a lot better this map. This past map, they were able to get a tire push in and get through the defense of Noobwranglers. If they can do that again, that'll be to their credit and give them more points in the league overall. So we really hope they can make this map. If they can make this map, this will make or break them for last place.
Okay, and we are heading in.
Now
It's the final map of the day. Final map of week 1. At the end of this, we'll have our standings for week 1. On the tournament page, it'll look a bit weird when we go back to it, but so far, we have all of our winners and losers. So far in week 2, though, it has been 1 win to Oblivion, 1 loss to Club Retropicans. And in week 1, it was a win to Oblivion, Black Velvet, Club Retropicans, and Noobwranglers, with losses to Schadenfreude, Dugay, you've got the name?
Schadenfreude.
That one. Golden Gaytime, Team Barriators, and Team Darkstar Gaming.
Make sure to tune in for the next match this Friday, which is actually me and Killer's teams. We'll be facing off Darkstar Gaming versus Team. What is it? BV?
Black Velvet. Yeah,
oh,
BV
that's
was.
right. Sometimes I just can't remember.
Yeah. Interesting attack coming out from the side of Noobwranglers if they stick with it. They have got Hanzo Man on the Reaper, Trav Stacks on the Widow with Cat on the Mercy and Madge on the Lucio. Tuxpang, instead of going for a Diva Zaya, he prefers to go for the Bridget, it looks like. What are your thoughts?
I think on the side of Team Golden Gaytime, this could be a better look for them. They have the Junkrat. If the Junkrat can put out more damage, they will be able to win the Shield War. If they win the Shield War, they'll be able to take the points a lot easier. They're pushing into...
Something I am very worried about, though. They've got DJ back on the Zen. If he might start to get picked a lot again. They've pushed into that house by the looks. Oh, DJ. Just scoring. G-Sam contesting the point. He gets a kill on Madge while Hanzo Man kills Country. Hanzo Man gets an early kill on Werewolf. That is now the fight in favor of Hanzo with a D-Mech on G-Sam. Fights in favor of Noobwranglers. Some damage being poked out by DJ. Just into the Rhine. He just destroyed his barrier. Like, DJ, getting some nice damage. Hanzo Man went huge in that fight. He's gonna have his ult for his next. I think he got a 5k. That's insane. Coming into this next fight, G-Sam swapped to the Zaya while Gug swapped to the Reinhardt. Bradzi just got picked off by the Widow, but when he gets back he'll have his tire. DJ should be getting his Transcendence pretty soon, while on the side of Noobwranglers they've decided, while they have their ults, with Hanzo main, Jacob will most likely get his during the fight, Tuxfang and Cat. What do you think about the Bastion pick?
The Bastion pick can be strong if they are able to set up the pirate ship successfully. If they don't get set up, it will be a.
The tire is just waiting there, wasting a bit of its time, and it runs out because he waited behind the wall a bit too long. GSM, kill on Hanzo main. This fight could be potentially good for Golden Gaytime. Werewolf about to get his dragons. If he can fire those on the payload while the Bastion's set up, that will be good. Although Bastion's going up to the high ground. He's been instantly killed. He had no shield with him. This fight's going in the favor of Golden Gaytime. Although Trev Stacks got to pick onto Bradzi. Hanzo main, pick onto Gugs. Rez came up onto Bradzi. Hanzo main! 4K! With a shot coming in from Jacob. They need to shut down the DPS on the side of Noobwranglers. They just brought their team back into that fight with the help of a shadow.
I have a feeling the problem is they are focusing down. They're focusing the tanks just a tad bit too much. You need to put damage on the tanks, but if you don't, if you focus all the damage, you're never gonna be able to take them down.
They have 5.5 minutes coming into this final point. I do not see a way that Golden Gaytime can hold this. It looks like Golden Gaytime will somehow need to cap all 3 points in a quick time. Trev Stacks and Hanzo main getting a fix. Imagine Hanzo main, another picks. Like, this is just, like, they're not even allowing time for regroups. Like, Country, Cutie, she made it back to her team. Riley coming out. Oh, he almost made it up to the high ground with the Bastion ult, but that's also out. Hammer down coming out from Gogs, gets nobody.
There's the dragons, and this is...
Dragons?
In the...
Bradzi and Werewolf picking up kills. DJ had to use his Transcendence, just like... DJ! It was the Hanzo. It gets a res onto Jacob, Cat dies. Stacks dies, and then a kill onto Jacob from Gugs. While regrouping, there is one ult on the side of Gaytime, and none on the side of Noobwranglers. They've decided to switch their comments to get a guaranteed ult combo in the end, is what they're aiming for. They've got Madge and Trail Stacks. Jacob dies to Gugs. Zoning High Noon comes out from Bradzi, gets nothing. Wolf picks up Trail Stacks. Hanzo main! He's being Genji for one fight and he already has 80% to his blade. All coming in from Werewolf. That makes Hanzo main stuck on the side of Golden Gaytime instead of his own team, and then he gets killed. Huge shot coming out from God. Got shield bash back. Oh, he got the mercy though! But she lived because she had
and that is a big shatter on the side of Jacob. Jacob takes out two, and they have all fallen down. This will be the point for the side of Noobwranglers.
On the plus side for Gaytime, they managed to scroll out 2.5 minutes though from the time. Because Noobwranglers only has 2 minutes and 57 seconds.
Let's really hope that they can bring this back and push it all the way to the end. I would really like to see these two teams play a bit more, because I feel if they once they get really into the swing of things, they'll be a really charismatic fight to watch.
Bradzi with the mainly attack, that could be interesting if they decide to keep it. They're also running the triple tank with GSM on the side, Werewolf on the Diva, and Gugs yet again on his Reinhardt. He's doing so well on that. DJ going onto the Moira, he played very well on Moira on Volsky, and I'm assuming Country Cutie. We'll go on to Lucio. There she is. There is not much done on the defense side. Trevor Stack's on the Junkrat while Jacob on the far. Madge has now decided to take up the main tank with Hanzo main on the Zenyatta. Tuxpan goes on to the Zarya with Cat on the Mercy. It very looks like every time Jacob goes to far, somebody else has to go on to main tank. So it looks like Jacob must be their foreign specialist.
The government here has such a medieval view towards Onyx.
There really is going to be nothing to counter Jacob on that far, though. If they stick with the Mei, I hope they make the switch to a McCree or to a McCree or to a 76, so they can eliminate the Pharah. If they can't eliminate the Pharah is going to roll all over them.
Yeah.
But if it's a good Mei and she got a good shot, she'll be able to take off. She'll be able to take off the Pharah's health with no problem.
Defend objective A.
Here we go. I thought Tiny was coming from the side of Gaytime, taking a lot of damage from Jacob. DJ's over 50% to his ult. Gugs gets a pick onto Trevstack. Trevstack gets res, GSM gets cat. Gugs goes down to match. It's currently an even fight. Wolf gets DMAxed. Ult comes out from Jacob, and that just got two. That sealed it. Wolf gets Trevstack on his way out. Bradzi gets away with that wall. Very low. Oh, he got killed above by Jacob. He gets staggered for like 15 seconds. Well, not 15. I'd say like 5-6 seconds.
Is it me or is Gugs facing the wrong way? Alright. Gugs is way out in front. He got moved by the Pharah. They're still letting that Pharah contest them unmatched. They have nothing to take down the Pharah. They're still sticking with the Mei. I really hope they can make the Mei work to knock out the Pharah, but I doubt we're going to see that happen. We see them setting up on point. It's a 4-to-1 on point. Currently, they have 1.5 ticks. That is a big pick on Ninja. And as we see, the rest of the team follow. Gugs going down, and then G-Sam.
G-Sam 65% to his ult, while Werewolf has 65 as well. Contributed with her ult, and Bradzi 80 to his. This fight or next fight, Bradzi should get his, and they could use that. While G-Sam will be in the next fight. So they have 2 CC ults in 2 different team fights, which is very good for them. While on the side of Noobwranglers, they have the Transcendence, the Mirage, the Graviton, and the Valkyrie. And here it is. And enough got protected by methods other than sound barrier to hold off the sound barrier long enough, which is good. While
and that is
the tide just stopped midway through the air. Yeah. Next fight match will have his ult with Valkyrie, while there will be a midway through a Graviton and a Coalescence combo, most likely.
And that was just mean on the side of Cat, just punching the Baby Diva in the face just to finish her off.
So it's 4 ults to 1 on the side of rank. That's in favor to Gaytime. While Bradzi swapped over to the Widowmaker. He did pretty well on the Widowmaker on Gibraltar. Hopefully for his team he can do that again. GSM getting picked by match. That's no grabbing this fight. Out above. Werewolf gets to pick onto Cats. It's now an equal fight again. Now it's in the favor of Wranglers. Contributor goes down. Jacob picks off Bradzi. There goes Gogs, and this fight is pretty much over.
They have a total of 25 seconds to get this next point. I really hope they'll be able to touch to get onto the point to continue this fight, but I doubt that will happen. 10
Bug's
seconds.
getting a charge with Madge. Madge is very low. Madge is picked. G-Sam gets onto the point. Forces out Transcendence from Hanzo Main. Now there is nothing from... Graviton comes out. Nothing they can do though, because the combo comes in from the side and Noobwranglers. Dogs goes out, gets another kill. Does the best he can. And it's
Four
over.
goes. 4 goes.
4-0 series to side Noobwranglers. Great games by both players. And what are your final thoughts on the games, Duke-Aid?
My final thoughts on the game is that it was a hard-fought loss on the side of Golden Gate. If they could, if they weren't really willing to switch off to a lot of different compositions. If they switched off of the double snipers earlier in the first 2 maps, they might have been able to come off with at least 1 map. But they stuck to their guns, so to speak, and they just stuck with it, and they didn't. And they were not able to prevail.
Yes. And if we go back at the end, DJ yet again on where he gets a card, he did well there. G-Sam getting 14 high energy kills, good from him. There are two good things from the side of Gaytime, while there is Mercy play and Fire play from the side of Noobwranglers. So going back to the maps here, we have... It was very decisive on a lot of the maps in the favor of Noobwranglers. It was a 3-0, a 2-0, a 2-1, and a 3-0. So that's very sad for side of Gaytime. So usually we would have a MVP set up, although I do not think we were able to get one set up for you today. If pretty much, I don't think we are at all able to...
If you guys have a MVP that you guys want to suggest, I will count the number of chats, and you just put the name of each character of each player. That way we can tally it. That way we can get one from each match. We don't have them for the first 2 matches because it's something I implemented into the 3rd match. But I really hope that we can get all these together.
We also did not have it in the 5th maps because of some very bad things happening. But yeah, so we will be going end of stream. Thank you guys all for watching.
And a special thanks
to Whatface with Do Guide Casting and myself. Thank you, everybody.
Hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you guys enjoyed watching the stream, please feel free to leave a follow. Also, go follow our Twitter to get updates of when matches are happening, the scores of the matches, and for the results after the match ends. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed.
After the stream, we will be getting affiliate domains. We will be getting some emote slots. Most likely, we'll be putting our emote slots into teams. So in future, you can spam your, well, not really spam, but you can do emotes of the team you would like to win. But yeah.
Anyways.
Goodbye, everybody, and thank you for watching.